This video shows you how to use the Sonos controller. This is on the Kindle HDX Fire 7-inch. So let's go back to the main home menu of the Kindle, and we see it's the Sonos controller app. So we just start that app, and we come to the main menu. This is the top of the tree, if you will. And you can see the first option is Sonos Favorites. This is a list of all the radio stations that we've added. And Sonos playlists, if you've created several playlists, they'll show here, which we'll go into later. And then the next one is this mobile device. So that's the most popular option because that's where all my recorded music is. So if I click that third one here, I see I can look at all of my songs by artist or by album or genre. So genre would be rock, country, classical, etc. Tracks would be a list of songs sorted alphabetically. Playlist would be the playlist that I've created. Podcasts I won't use in this presentation. So let's go to artists, and we click on artists here, and we see a list of all of the name of the bands or names of the individual artists, and we can just scroll down the list here, and it's sorted alphabetically. So if I want to find Billy Joel, let's say, I click Billy Joel, and it shows just one album in this artist, and if I click on that, I see a list of all this songs in this album, and I can just highlight one song here if I want, and say play now means play immediately, play next says play it after this song is finished, and add to queue is puts it at the bottom of the queue. So if I have 5 or 10 songs in the queue right now, it'll play after all of those. Replace queue takes all the songs I've got in the current queue and replaces them with this one song, or if I select the whole album, the whole album. So I'm going to say add to queue here, and it tells me one track added to the queue. So that's how you just play a song. If you want to search for a song, let's return to the main menu, and you can do that by pressing the Sonos logo up here at the top. So I'm going all the way to the top here. And if I want to find a specific song, I can use the magnifying glass to do my search. And let's say I'm searching for a Frank Sinatra song called My Way. Now I'm looking under artists here. If I'm searching for the name of the song, I would do tracks. So I'm going to click on tracks there. And you can see it's underlined in red. And if I type My space Way, and you can find out it's at My Way, Pavarotti, and then My Kind of Town, Frank Sinatra. So I say I want to choose that one. And then again, I want to play it now or play it next or add to the queue. I'm going to click add to queue. And you can see at the bottom here, so that's how you search. And to cancel a search, you can press cancel or clear it by that X there. You have to be careful of this. They're very close together. And at the bottom here, you can see I've got the current song that's playing. So let's click on that, and you can see up pops the album cover of the current song, and it tells me what's next. So currently I'm playing Already Gone, and next is Best of My Love by the Eagles. And I've got controls here. This goes backwards to the beginning of the song, or if I hold it down, it'll go 5 or 10 seconds ahead. So let's pause it. So click on that pause. And when you click on pause, of course, the opposite of pause is play, so it turns into a play arrow. And then this right here is the volume, and I can adjust the volume in at least 2 different ways. You just put your finger on that knob and slide it back and forth. And here I've got 3 speakers, so it's adjusting all 3 speakers at the same time. You can turn those on, or you can touch the individual speakers and adjust the volume there. So, and when you're done, just click anywhere outside of that volume, and you'll see it. And now, if I want to go to the queue, over here to the right of the volume is this queue. It's basically an icon that shows a list and then a triangle showing where we are in the list. So let's click on that. And this is what the queue is. So the queue is the songs that have played in the past, the song that's currently playing, and then the songs that will play next. And you can see the icons and all of the song titles there. If you want to edit the queue, at the bottom there's some buttons here. We can click on edit, And notice when we click edit, these red X's come up. So if you want to delete some songs you don't like, you would just press on the red arrow here. Perhaps you have duplicates or you just don't like certain songs. And if you want to play one before the other, say this one, Take It Easy, over on the right you see a little pattern here, and you can just touch that and drag it up to the top. So you can move things around in the queue. When you're done editing, you click done. And if you want to save this queue, let's say it's got a list of songs you like in it, or it meets a certain mood, or you're going to use it for working out or something like that, you would click save here, and then you can edit that. So you edit by just pressing on that list, and then backspace here. And so let's call this classic rock. And we can replace a list, or we can just, create a new one. So we're going to do that new one there, and we'll click done. The done just moves the keyboard away, and then the check actually saves it. So we've saved it, and it's now considered a playlist. Other elements on this screen are the X, which lets you leave the queue, and these bottom ones are just part of the Kindle menu that's always there. So we can leave that, and now let's play this, start playing this again. And over here on the right, you'll notice of the current playing, it starts a circle there, and it moves around the circle as you get more and more through the song. That shows how far you are into the this current song, and then you click on that, and you see a list shown in a bar format showing you how many minutes and seconds have since the beginning of the song, and how many minutes and seconds until the end of the song. Crossfade, I believe, fades it into the next song. That's just an on or off, and you can tell if it's on or off by the fact that it's yellow or white, which is off. And sleep timer, I think, how long is it going to play before it automatically stops playing. So to get out of this screen, this window here, just touch an area outside, and then it goes back. So that is playing music on this Kindle that's stored on this Kindle. One other thing here on the upper right, it shows you Kitchen Plus 2. This is a list of all of your speakers, which is usually one speaker per room, and then you can group the speakers together. Let's exit that screen. And let's go back to the top here. So that was playing songs that are stored on this Kindle. If I want to play a radio station, I can do one of two things. I've saved them under Sonos Favorites, so let's do that. And here's a list. So if I go to CHFI and just click on that and play now, or these ... here is a menu, and you can add this to your radio stations or whatever. So let's do CHFI and then play now. And now we're on a radio station. So here it shows the logo of the radio station, and it doesn't know on the queue, what song's going to be next, but it does show you what's playing right now. And this is from TuneIn. Different radio stations probably appear different ways. Let's go back to the main menu. Okay, now Sonos Playlist. We created a playlist earlier called Classic Rock, so let's look at it. Sonos Playlist, and I see Christmas. Oops. And then, I don't see my playlist, so I'll look at that in a bit. There's Radio by TuneIn. This is for all new radio stations that you want to add to favorites. Amazon Music would be things you've bought on Amazon that are stored in the cloud. Deezer is another music service. This is came free, 1 year's worth free, and this allows you to search among, I think, 20 million songs. Let's click on that and then click the search. And if you look for, let's say, an album that I don't have or an artist I don't have, Green Day, it will find it. You don't have to type the whole thing. If I forgot the space, so I'm going to backspace, put a space in there. There's Green Day, and you can see it finds Green Day and some karaoke, etc. But there's the Green Day. And these are all the albums, and you can see I've got several albums here. So We'll play the complete album in this case, and then play it now. And now it changes out of the radio into this specific song, and now it shows it in here in the queue. And by the way, the song that's playing in the queue has these little bars here that show you what song it's currently on. You can just simply jump to another song by just touching it and jump directly to that song. Let's create another playlist here because I'm not sure what happened to my other playlist, but let's click on save here and enter the playlist name. And let's call it Green Day Faves. Okay, and then done. And I'm going to save this queue. And it should have stored. I got an error message there, so I'll have to come back to that later. That's it. Thanks for watching.